So we're going to be clearing some stuff off the stage, but go get your friends because this thing's about to go. War Pony came about. Well, Chris is here. Chris, tell them about War Pony. I want you to tell the Black Pearl story and Hokahay. That's a great story.
So I published Cycle Source magazine. I started it as a little free newspaper thing that went around my hometown, and then about after 8 years of doing that, it got to the national newsstands. And I found out very quick that to be in all 50 states, I could afford to do that on a motorcycle at 40 miles to the gallon a lot easier than I could in an airplane or a car or anything. So I started traveling, taking magazines. I would put 9 cases of magazines on the back, a little, tent that I could go around, and my camera, sometimes my laptop. And I started traveling with that bike. Eventually, to get the magazine up to where it's at now, which is number 2 in the country, I put 240,000 miles on that bike. That bike literally became a part of me, like we went everywhere together. I rode that bike in 48 of the 50 states. I eventually rode it on a thing, the very first Hokahay race, which went from Key West, Florida, back and forth across the country through 3 provinces of Canada and ended up in Homer City, Alaska. This was something that was put on by the Lakota Sioux to raise awareness for the water problem on the Pine Ridge Reservation. So I felt it was appropriate. I painted the thing like Crazy Horse's War Pony. I did all the identical markings and everything, and that bike was called the Black Pearl. Well, a few months ago, last summer, whatever it was, a buddy of mine borrowed that bike, and he totaled it. Slid 890 feet down the road, flopped over on its side, and just wiped it out. But it already had this amazing motor, amazing transmission. We didn't want to get rid of it, so I bought it back from the insurance company, and I pushed it in the corner, and I said, someday I'll get to that, we'll make it into a cool little hot rod. Well, Paco comes out with this frame that's FXR frame. You can take your touring drive line, slide it right in. We got some other cool parts around it, but the one guy I want to bring up here, where's Dan from Zippers?
Dan from Zippers.
Dan, come up here for a second.
Dan to the main stage.
When we originally tuned this motor, this was the sickest twin cam that I had ever ridden, and that was based on the fuel injection management system, which was the Zippers Auto Tuner. This man right here, give a hand for Dan from Zippers, because not only did he make this bike amazing the first time around, he agreed to take that motor, which was very tired and very worn out, and rework it for us and make it a step better. So tell everybody real quick some of the stuff that you did to the motor for this thing this time around.
Well, round 2 is just our typical Zippers Muscle 107 kit, very common package. We've built and refined over the years. It's a very durable, very reliable package, and it should do real well with this application, with all the various things you're going to do with it, which is a lot.
Well, and this is the thing, man. I mean, the magazine goes all over the world. We have subscribers from everywhere. We deal with a lot of great companies. But when it came to this project, I reached out to Dan because Dan himself goes home about the same time that I do at night, which is when he's ready to pass out, if he makes it home at all. This is one of the hardest working guys you'll meet in the motorcycle industry, and his people are good, honest, hard-working people. So that's what we had going on here with everybody that worked on this project, everybody that's around the magazine, and it made sense for us to get together for the kind of performance we were looking for this thing, and to get the groove on for War Pony. We're so happy, man. Thank you so much for everything that you did with this.
It's a passion, right?
Yeah, it's a passion. That's what he keeps saying.
But
I can't wait to do a burnout on that thing.
Those late night phone calls where I was like, yeah, man, we're trying this and we're doing that. There's so much that I actually got some crib notes here. I want to make sure I thank everybody real quick. We're getting ready to fire this up as soon as those guys get some gas in that. This thing encompassed 7 of the IMS events, 7 of them. We did 17,000 miles because we drove back and forth across the country, did all of that stuff. 3 issues of the magazine. While we were on the road, we built 3 entire issues, went through 4 holidays. Go ahead. And the thanks go out.
So, Mark Perschetti, Pat Jansen, Matt, RJ, Dan at Zippers. Well, actually, that'd be the Zippers team. Graphics. Oh yeah, Palco, absolutely. Great company, been around a long time. Rod Wright, Dublock Powder Coat, BDL, and R&R Cycle Manchester New Hampshire also, which we're going to put some stuff up when we put something on the web about some of the input they did on crankshafts and rocker arms in there. We got more? Oh man,
yeah, there's more. Man, everybody worked on this.
Arlen Ness, Grady Pfeiffer, Progressive, International Motorcycle Show, Ben and Hooligan Cycles, Loaded Gun, your wife, no doubt. Man, back to that passion. Moose, Nick Bollier, Evan Favaro, Kevin Bass, Keikoa, Will Ramsey, Blue Water, Mike, Ed, Sam, and TJ.
I think that's about it.
I think that's it, man.
But I'll tell you what, we got LA Fairings, Kiwi Mike, Hammy, and Bert. But one of the biggest things that I want to say was at the beginning of this series, the people from the International Motorcycle Show and Progressive gave us an opportunity to give you guys a look inside of the garages of the custom motorcycle world. So please put your hands together, give them a big round of applause for us, because they made this happen for us.
And that's a huge step for guys. I mean, they put a lot of trust in us that we wouldn't embarrass them. We had a lot of face time here, and so we really do want to thank him. We know it wasn't always easy having greasy, foul-mouthed mechanics on stage, but it's been a great time.
I mean, that was a challenge. You think these buildings like this is professional union, no mess around time. So we're coming in here talking about welding and grinding. We're going to cut stuff on their stage, and they had to deal with the fire marshal several times, special electricians. So thank you guys so much for believing in us and giving us a chance to do this.
Absolutely. So, hey guys, how close are we?
Very close. Gas cap.
Gas cap. Mark's got the gas cap.
Okay, everybody has a problem with it. It's not like we've already pre-run this motorcycle. We're going to say, wow, thank God it started up and it's great, because it may not. So we're going to see what happens. You can see it's a very complex wiring system that still needs cleaned up, and yes, very sophisticated.
God, if we ever needed a bike to start, this would be.
It takes this many wires right here to run a chopper. So I don't even know what the rest of this stuff is.
Yeah, it looks like a rainbow.
Hey Pat.
But Dan has loaded the base map into the fuel injection management system. Matt is pretty confident that he has all the necessary running components ready.
So basically, if it doesn't run, it's Matt's fault.
Right.
I mean, we did everything we could.
That has been on me.
And if you're wondering, the guys that are scurrying around behind us clearing the stage, immediately after this, we're going to go to the award ceremony for JMP Cycles Ultimate Builder. You guys are waiting to see who won here in Washington. We are too. We have some great stuff coming up for you, man. Awesome to see all these great bikes come out of the nation's capital. Thank you guys for sticking around with us and bringing that out.
Great show. This was the best season, Jeff Major says, ever. The most bikes, most diversity of bikes that the JMP Cycles Ultimate Builder Custom Bike Show has ever had. So it's been a great season.
What are we thinking? Time to go.
All right.
Before this happens, because this may be an anticlimactic situation, I just want to say one more time, all of my friends, my wife for putting up with me, thank you guys so much for all the help with this thing. You can watch Cycle Source Magazine, social media, and the magazine. When we'll have this finished completely, we'll bring this to you. We're going to take this home, clean up the wiring, do the final paint, and we'll let you guys see what War Pony turns into. I have to do what?
Drum roll. Yeah, well, he can do it for a long time.
It's ready? Here we go.
He's got it.
Burn it out. Where's Bert? Where's your jumpers at?
All right, well, we'll see you guys in the
Brew.
Coming out.
1 second.
This is me on a date. So, I mean, this is.
What was it?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if it is.
Can we just drop the pan out of this in case it isn't gear? Oh, I'm going to talk, yes. When I was a small child,
Sing something.
I was never a small child, actually. You know, we are going to be in Daytona, by the way. We're not going to be doing a full-blown Greasy Gears Garage. We're going to try a little different format. So please do keep checking in Greasy Gears Garage on our YouTube channel, jmpcycles.com. The world's largest distributor of aftermarket motorcycle parts is going to be carrying it for us as well. Cycle Source Magazine. We're going to be hanging out at Bill Dodge's shop, and we're building another bike there for Twisted Tea. So that's going to be going together there in Daytona, and we'll also be just as anxious because we have to start that in public live as well. So, all right, it looks like it's out of gear.
I don't know, but either way, it's
For crying out loud, man! Come on!
it's been like ants on a hill all day long on that thing. It's been amazing.
There was one big king ant. That was good.
Yeah. And then to remind you, this bike in August, which Heather hates to hear, in August this bike will be at Bonneville. Chris is taking it. Bonneville. Here we go. We didn't think about that. You want a hammer? This is the other thing about Greasy Gears Garage. You know, we've made fuel tanks from scratch. We've narrowed tanks. We've built springers on stage. We've built frames on stage. But as you know, in a regular shop environment, we've also done everything else you do in a shop. We've run out of argon while in the middle of a segment while we're welding. We've had the wrong blade in the bandsaw when we were trying to cut stainless, and it just dulled the blade. So this is yet another opportunity to see what it's like in a custom motorcycle shop. We usually just don't have a lot of people watching.
So what's the issue?
Starter, the jack shaft for the starter's not engaging, so it's spinning, but it's not throwing the jack shaft out to get it started. But Matt just fixed it.
Bump started, Matt.
What's that?
Down bump started.
That's what we're going to do next. We're going to put Chris on it and push him down the best side of the stage. Fortunately, it's got an open belt drive on it, so it's kind of easy to get to that. The sun will come out
Hey, Matt.
that your bottom dollar down tomorrow.
Come on, let it out, Pat.
As the sun shines.
Not the same gauge, just
We're getting it. Sounds like the deck shaft isn't long enough. We're not going to do it? What time is it? What time does Jeff Major need the stage?
15 minutes.
We got 15 minutes. Got plenty of time. Pull that motor back out. Yes, Jeff.
We can do this in 30 minutes if you guys
Okay, we appreciate it. Jeff said we've got as much time as we need for you, Chris. You can say exactly that, but that's how I interpreted it. It's close. I'm a communicator. It's what I do. Actually, I'm a talker. That's what I do. I don't listen at all.
Hey Pat, tell us about your U-Cola bag.
Oh, yes, my Cola bag. My colon bag, as Jeff likes to call it. There's this caddy named PJ who likes to play the part of the tailor and strap me up. This is my strap on that he gives me. No, you got a gun holster in it, and it's kind of cool. It's a U-Koala bag is what they are. It's like a bear that hugs you.
Your phone is ringing.
My phone's ringing. It's the airline. I was going to try to change my flight, but I can't because
Go
the
ahead.
stage now. Can't answer. I was going to try to go to the Pentagon tomorrow and do some business. Actually, just take a tour. Hey, Grady. Hey, Chris, Grady's here. God. Grady, don't you have something to do in the office? Nope. Got a lot of time, huh? That's awesome. Straight screwdriver, straight screwdriver. This is actually something we, of all the things that we thought could possibly go wrong with starting this motorcycle, this was not even on the list. It wasn't even close to the list. You know, I mean, a starter issue. How does that happen? Well, Danny, you know, I see him in there looking now. I think he's about to touch it. Oh, he's on the light. So, yeah, I can. I'm going to take it on the other side and show you what they're dealing with here.
On the other side.
On which side?
You've got to load it into the.
On this?
What's in there? What's in there? There should be a stop. There should be a snap ring.
Well, no, it's not the same as the jack shaft with the Harley.
The only thing the spring will fit on.
You're going to need that spring later.
The only thing the spring will fit on in this is that right there. That's it. But if we put that on, it's definitely not going to.
What about on the other end? Put it on the shaft of the starter so it shoves the jack shaft.
You want to try that?
I'm like you. I've never seen one that went.
I've never seen one that goes on the end of that. No. Should be on the end of that. Yeah, on the left shaft.
I got
What's like the PC term?
Finest pliers.
Max messes out there. If we had Max up here, we're singing. Just give me go ahead. We'll twist the turn and we'll go ahead. All right. Dynasty is smoking. No wonder you work with me in a contest. And now it makes sense. It's hard to get together. New parts. Yeah. Any of you other custom builders out there that have gone from lunch studies? I mean, this isn't as bad as Kevin Dunn or Blue Ridge Rally. Doing a segment for making custom exhaust and figure out how to roll. No, we had dissimilar metals. It was just a.
I don't want to talk about it. It's
It was
just had it completely locked down.
blowing holes in metal. It was just like.
There's nobody to blame on this.
Who was there for it? Me.
No,
I finally called it.
Constantly heckling.
It was, yeah, that was the mercy. I ran out of things to say about you, so I finally, it was the mercy rule.
That's not what happened.
I told him myself.
That is not.
I said it could happen to anybody.
That is not what happened. That is not how it happened. I'm pretty sure it's a video.
Fake news.
Right, big news. Absolutely no love whatsoever. Until after, you're like, hey, say we did a good bid up there.
Hilarious.
It was funny to everybody else but you. I've never seen you sweat like that either, Kevin. Kevin had beads of sweat going on his face. He's on his knees. He won't look at me. He's just
They said custom bikes would be fun, they said.
yeah, there's nothing worse than, I don't even like people watching me in the shop work. And I'm sure I'm watching like this, Mark Pachetti doing over here, some of all those people watching and helping me over here.
All the way out.
All of us with our cameras on watching.
Yeah. Heather's arm probably got tired. She got the tripod now. Just keep taking it. Crowd's building. We're just waiting. We're creating tension.
Drama. TV drama all right here in front of you, friends. And while you're here in the parlor, though, do take a second while we're all hanging out and let these guys finish up over here. Make sure you stop by and get yourself signed up back there at the swag counter for your chance to win that beautiful custom BMW Scrambler from our friends at Disown. This is the last stop of the IMS. Did I mention this is the last stop of the IMS? Last chance to get signed up to win that plate. When you go back there and get signed up on those iPads, I've got some freebies, goodies, and swag back there waiting for you as well.
That's a stock set. That's a set right there.
Should be some shims put behind here, because you gotta put a gap between there and here. That's the kid. That's it. What we got?
Not where we were.
Missing the inner sleeve.
Hey, first I was talking to some guys that actually today at the church grew up in this neighborhood. They overheard me tell them they want to get in this. Experience. The one guy said, "You want to go?"
Right here.
And I told him, "You should have gone that day." He said, "No, we want to get around more time." That's when he really grew up there. Oh, we lived there so long. Look at that.
When the Uber driver asked you what you were doing there, it was pretty much what they did.
Well, he didn't. He better slow. The Uber driver slowed down. He didn't even stop to let us out. It's good food though. Scrambled eggs, cheese, bacon, pancakes, everything. Let's try it 4 a.m. Big fellowship. You know, I didn't straight to the sleep in. They were doing something. They were out partying.
It won't return outside.
I just thought it was cool how the concept was.
Let's try that. I think we just
Collins out in the office, very excited. They had there for security.
That was pretty neat. I don't know if it was the environment or just you. But
And you guys are celebrities. It's not all that.
Their own private security detail.
Motorcycle royalty.
And I mean, this is it. It's going to be what it is after this.
Heather just reminded me, because we were rude in our list, we didn't thank Jack today in hand, the MC for Progressive Motorcycle Machines in the shows. She had to tolerate, they actually had to come up with a cue. This stitch, we just constant, back to Jackie,
That sleeve going inside the shaft should have kept it from going farther going to the start. Too far.
Thank you, Jackie.
That's where you get your distance start.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's hard to time this kind of stuff. Getting on the project, you got so much time, anything goes wrong.
Any kind of screwdriver will work.
I don't know what time it is. We might be approaching the time.
hey, what's an update up
This is
there?
it. We're going to give it this last try.
We're about to give it the last try. To drop the jack shaft back in.
We have until 4:30.
Are you good?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Clear?
Well, let's see.
Put that on first?
Along with the cover on come out.
Stabilize and make sure it doesn't.
No, it might need some shims.
Dry out.
The spring was they said it's being it's there now.
Right here.
I got a good feeling.
I think that just fixed it though. It's sitting out further. It looks like it's a 1/4 inch.
I don't know that I know the number
Pat, just pretend.
drum roll, we'd killed it already.
Just pretend you're doing the sobriety test again.
Oh, the sobriety test. That's what I would say around that.
Hey, Pat.
So you go like this, A, B, C, D, E, F. That one got me in trouble.
This is terrible. It's like nerve-wracking.
Okay, so they're finishing putting it back together. I apologize for you guys waiting. We're gonna give it this one more shot, and if not, we're gonna take it back to the main headquarters and see what we can do with it. But it turns out we were all concentrating on fuel delivery and the wiring, and nobody paid attention to the starter today. So it looks like we have one more issue. But that makes it so much better. But like I said, you can watch Cycle Source Magazine's social media. We'll show you guys when we do the first fire of this. Again, thank you so much to the people from IMS, Brady especially, for bringing us in here. Thanks to everybody who came on this stage this year, made Racing Bears Garage a success at the IMS shows.
Jeff
Thanks to
Major.
Progressive and JMP for all the support. Jeff Major for being patient while we took up his stage time.
And Brady just said,
Wait a minute. Hang on.
With the cover off.
Go ahead. Who was there?
My street lights out like that 2 weeks ago. Trying to turn the belt drive again, see if it's not grabbing it. Last time I turned that belt drive there.
Well, we got an alignment problem with that jack shaft. Good. That's
So
right.
hit it too fast before it comes out.
Brady already sent the text in the front office when I saw the big start.
It's down to the teeth.
It's spinning too fast. By the time it hits the back of the ring gear, it does light off.
I will tell you this, just standing here looking at the number of guys, the guys that are standing around working that up, if that big group of guys can't get that thing started, the thing is.
You just had it. That was mine there.
Come on, man.
Is there any way you can transfer that up to
Can we pull it out? Like line it up?
The problem is he can't hold it on there. Losing your game. Is that an alligator clip?
I can hold it. It's me that's pulling it off when it hits.
We're getting really close.
It's pretty hard what you're doing. You almost need to put your hand down.
There's an alligator clip right there.
Talking about some county getting their alligator clip.
Ready? That was me.
Ready?
That's a lot of lump coming out of it.
That is. 107. Yeah. It's actually a twin cam with the zippers 107. Push start. It's hard to do with the fuel injection box. Watch the carburetor. You got time.
The pinion gear cannot be any more than 100,000 clearance between that gear, or it's not going to engage. This gear gets spinning too fast, then it won't engage with that gear. The distance is too distant. take that off. You need something like an AN washer, something to go down and.
We're going to try one more thing. We're going to try to shim the jack shaft now so we'll do our little bit. I heard more than 1,000 spirits. That's apparently a measurement. It's not on my. That inner sleeve needs a little bit more.
How many more times we were trying?
How many more times we tried? 1 out of 1,000.
1 out of 12.
Oh, here.
Yeah, we need way small. Go inside the shaft to pull the whole shaft out. So you're going to need some to be inside.
You know, technically this is where my job is. Head filler. Nobody.
That bolt will go through that. Pull that out.
Let's fill in.
This fit inside. Where's your inner sleeve? Hey, that's insulation.
Hey, you got a heckler. I'm gonna give him a mic here.
No. The last thing. Hey, you know, fat jokes with me, they're really like, oh, God, that's so obvious. Yeah. It's not even a low blow. It's just an observation.
So it's basically like that.
Well, you know, when I was little, my name is Patrick. My brother called me Patrick. We got all the neighborhood kids.
Now it's on there.
It's not like it's a new occurrence.
Should be. I mean, that's quite a bit. I mean, that's what?
40,000? You're just big bone, buddy. Just big bone.
No, I saw a special though. Everybody's bones are the same size. It's actually not.
I've never seen a fat skeleton.
Exactly.
Tell us about that little gadget you got there today. And I don't mean that chain that protects your $2.
This is my retirement account. No, this is a new koala bag. The whole can't say. It's like a bear, a bunch of them. No, it's good. Gotta carry. You know, they're not for everybody. You know, there's a couple of guys and they're giving them a hard time. It's not for everybody. Not everybody like the fanny pack, so the pop pack might not be everybody's either. But you know, this will convert into a backpack, result in some exotic. Carry compartment, goes around it, right in, such as nothing nice, no rain, it's always good in DC. And Denny's, apparently, you know, this one been running handy, they've been fully stocked last night. No, it's a useful all back there. PJ over there for the gracious. David is sponsoring the garage.
This morning I was thinking we need to break it over with the starter.
Carrying these showroom. I'm working on that. I'm not used to Iowa weather. I'm trying to pour concrete in my new shop. That got about 32 degrees.
So after all the jokes, it turns out you got your male model. That's opposite you. So happy story.
With the cover on.
On a positive note, Grady, I haven't gotten in trouble all weekend. I haven't said a bad thing from Stone. I haven't made a bad word. Nobody has. Nobody has. Nobody said anything. I don't think anybody cussed on stage all weekend.
55 more minutes.
Yeah, it turns out if you limit the number of segments, it shortens the number of opportunities. So.
Over the gear, over the spline. If you got one, yeah. Yeah, that's further in than it was before.
If you're just not joining us over here, running over here and grabbing a seat, what's going up on that stage is our friends from Grease and Gears Garage, powered by Circuit Force Magazine, with their 7-stop build, the War Pony Bike. They've been building it and picking away at it for the past 7 stops. trying to see if they can get the fire and actually fire up here this afternoon. But while they are still kind of sussing out a couple little gremlins in there, I would like everybody in this booth right now to put their hands together and make a ton of noise because this was a boatload of effort. This was a ton of work up there.
So close. We just gotta. This just needs just a little bit of shimming in order to make this thing go. I mean, it appears though the jack shaft in that kit just it looks like they've left out a piece out of that kit. Either it got left out or it got misplaced. Jeff, how many bikes do we have in the show this week? 36 bikes. JSB's ultimate custom bike show. I don't know what happened to this. Oh, big chest. All right, Matt. Give her a shot. Bottom of the barrel this week. From Kurt and JSB.
Okay, hold up.
The zipper's going half-assed.
Hold on a second.
Feel it.
Yeah, hold them down. So that was holding. Yeah, you got it, Joey.
Yeah, there was one here.
I think we got to go front for that plug.
Hold on. Jump right in. Right here. Good. Let's give it a shot.
You ready?
Yep.
It's not covered.
Heather wants me to start preaching.
No. I want you to start praying.
Oh, pray.
Feel on? Feel good?
Yeah, you got to feel good.
Yeah.
You got Spark? I don't know.
Just hang on to that wire.
That's the last thing I want to
I took the coil out and made sure they were right. Well, let them compress
right? He's kicking the kit on his
Yeah, let the pressure places go this round. Ready?
I go over and I start kicking it.
It's not fire.
And finally looked at it and have gas on. 45 minutes.
Got another spark plug. Anybody got a spark plug?
That's not our problem.
Even an old spark plug.
Let me check my log.
Mark, can you give me a socket for the spark plug?
Somebody was doing that.
I can see a lot of spark plugs.
Ready? Yeah. Push your pressure release. Sparking. Yeah. Smell the fuel? Yeah, the first time it rolls it.
You got spark.
Charger still on. Yeah. That's a good charger.
They just have a charger.
That's really good charger.
There's usually a downfit with these covers too, so they can't move around.
Yeah, it's not.
Find the plug. We pull one.
There you go. We got spark.
Spark, we got gas.
What's the problem?
I would need magic. guess the third component of starting motorcycles manager.
What is that, suck, bang, blow?
Yeah.
We got
suck, bang, squeeze, blow.
computers up? Yeah.
And unicorns.
It's a unicorn board. We need.
Save, big save, big save.
Now, Dan there, the zippers is on his laptop, checking the voltage, seeing what we got going on.
It lights up, but then it turns itself right off.
That's real
So if you're just joining us over here in the parlor with this situation going on out there, so you're seeing the folks are going to fire up that World 20 machine that they've been picking away at for the past 7 shows. Make sure you take a moment and get yourself signed up to win that beautiful giveaway bike from Discount Customs over here at the Progressive Parlor. This is it, last chance. Last stop of the big bike show. You've only got 50 more minutes to enter that great contest. It's absolutely free. It only takes 1 moment to get signed up with my lovely Progressive girls on those iPads in the back of our display, back by the swag counter. There's freebies and goodies waiting for you back there, friends.
It's like it lights up when it first turns on. It's not lit up at all.
You got 12 free.
It's not going on.
After all that, it turns out.
See who's got the jump box in the crowd.
Does anybody have a jump box? Jump box?
Oh.
Got one? The battery doesn't have enough go to make the starter crawl all the way out to get it going.
It's a brand new battery.
It's a brand new battery. It doesn't matter. We've been sitting here working on this, and Matt's have the wiring going. So, you know, the thing is though, we started 7 shows ago with a bare naked frame. We've done all this fabrication work up here. We've done it across the country. Some of the greatest builders have worked on this bike. We're just a few short minutes of troubleshooting away, but we don't want to tie up the stage anymore. So one more time, I want to tell you guys, 7 shows over 3 months. We did 17,000 miles back and forth across the country. I can't even imagine. It's going to be 200 or 300 hours in fabrication time.
Cut us off.
All right, so we're going to roll out one more time on Chris. Thank you guys very much for being here.
All right, guys, stick around. We're going to pay you some money.
We're going to do
Cycles Ultimate Builder Custom Bike Show. Thanks, everybody.